Good afternoon everybody. Webley Mark II's in for some new head race bearings, more on that in a own series, and I've got one of the new Meteors to play with. Now, straight off, so you know where I'm coming from, this is not my cup of tea. I've had Japanese customs, I suppose you call it, or do you call it a cruiser, Viragos. I've had 3535 Viragos in my time. One Partexed, one blew up, and the other one threw down the road. So, to me, this is like a sort of a in-between cruiser and custom. Now, that said, there are some nice features. For a start, the build quality seems awesome, especially when you consider the price, which with a recent increase with this Stella model is nearly £4 now, and this does have some accessories on it. I've ridden it about, I don't know, 10 miles, and generally it's quite comfortable. That may be because of the touring seat. I haven't got the original to compare with, but it is a firm seat, so for me personally, I think after 50 miles, maybe 100 miles, it's going to hurt a little bit. But of course that's personal. The next person might find it perfect, or indeed an awful seat. But the build quality, the stitching of it looks great. Of course 350, an engine that looks somewhat like a cross between half an Interceptor engine and a Himalayan engine. It is very smooth. There's a small bit of vibration at lower revs through the bars and the mirrors, but it's nothing to really worry about. It sort of like makes the bike feel real somehow. Lovely finish and fit of everything so far. Everything seems very well put together. The levers particularly are lovely. Perhaps a bit of a reach, slightly bit of a reach, but somebody will be making different levers for them, as amongst all other things, as they have done for all the models. Clear clocks, nicely displayed. Nice to have a needle again, and a little bit of digital does help. Makes things a bit smaller, I suppose. Probably cheaper as well these days. There's your clock, and of course your gizmo for your Google Maps, whatever they call it, your little direction pointer thing. I think a first for Royal Enfield, semi-integrated switches where they do more than the norm. So this is dipped, main beam and pass light all in one, so just like that. So there's no separate switch there. The horn's down there. I ain't tried that yet, see what it's like. Same here for the starter, a stroke kill switch. So kill or off, run, you can hear there, and of course turn it to start. Now I've been told that the headlight does not come on until the engine's running, which is different to all my Royal Enfields. So we'll try that if I can do it from here. There you go. I do like the effort they've gone to with the exhaust. Obviously with all the emissions of these days and restrictions like that, it's hard to get a pleasing looking exhaust. You've only got to look at a Suzuki GSX-R1000, it's got a dustbin on the back. But this is not a bad effort at all. There is something I spotted which reminds me of my Viragos, and if you're going to keep one for many years, this will be probably the first thing to go, certainly if you ride in the winter. Can you see there the collector box by the looks of it for the exhaust? Although it looks quite nicely finished, that's going to catch all the road grime. Single disc on the front, plenty of feel and stopping power, no trouble there. Tyres seem quite good as well, although it's dry today, who knows what they're like in the wet. They are Seat brand, and as they're on mag wheels, I presume they are tubeless. Twin shocks on the back, nothing fancy on the front, just forks, no adjustment by the looks of it. I think there is preload on these. It looks like it's got the steps for them. but I can't see the nut where you'd change it. Oh, it is. It's because it's black. It's just in there. Like, it's just there. Accessories wise on this one then, you've got the engine bars, the bash plate, and of course this touring seat, which is a lovely shape. As I say, it's probably a bit firm for me, but very personal. Pillion pegs there, fairly low. Should be reasonably comfortable for the pillion, although there's not much room front to back, as you can see there. The gear change, for those who don't know, that's a heel and toe. So to go up the ratios, you use the heel bit. By just tapping virtually, it seems like you move it about half an inch and it goes into the next gear with your heel down. The position of this one and the angle of it is, you can't get your foot underneath the lever, so it all has to be done via the heel to go up the ratios. To go down, you push down as you would normally with that lever there. Nice to see a centre stand, but like my Bullet, it needs a little bibble on the side stand so you can get hold of it easier. Although there's a lot of room around this one, it would be nice just to something to get a bit of a grip on. Let's see what the horn's like. Just to show you how well it's set up and the quality, the bike's done 530 miles and there is no sign whatsoever of any bluing in the exhaust. If you're after a bike that's probably got a bit more of a modern styling to it than a Bullet, although a lot of people do like that styling, and perhaps you want something a little bit different, perhaps you haven't long passed your test and you want something with a little bit more go but not overpowering, then maybe this is the bike for you. It's certainly great for these sort of roads around country lanes, uphill and down dale. So, yeah, look, you see how I just caught it then, just caught it back into fourth.